You're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 11. While many of our local military personnel are out on the front lines, they leave behind husbands, wives, and children. The job of the USO of Hampton Roads is to make sure not only our U.S. Armed Forces are taken care of, but their families are supported as well. Joining me today to talk about the mission of the USO of Hampton Roads is Bruce Lalonde and retired Admiral Mike Nowakowski. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Gary, very much.
Well, first off, thank you for all of the great work that you're doing for our men and women in uniform and supporting their families. And yeah, you're just doing an incredible job, and clearly they couldn't do what they're doing if it were not for the USO. First question I'll ask, and I'll throw it out to either one of you. For those who don't know what the USO is, what exactly is it? What's the mission?
Our mission is very simple and started back 70 years ago during the President Roosevelt's administration, is to enhance the quality of life of U.S. Armed Services personnel and their families, to take care of them every day by using donations and contributions, because we are a nonprofit, we're a non-government entity, we receive no government support, and to use those funds and those
that's
donations.
Something that most people may not know. They may think, and I've heard people say this, that the USO is a government agency, but
I mean, unless you're actually involved in the organization, sometimes you see the USO, even just the logo which led you to believe that it's a government organization, but clearly it's not. It's chartered by Congress. And we were chartered again in 1941 through FDR. It's his initiative. And, you know, we've been working as a nonprofit organization here in Hampton Roads in Central Virginia since 1984.
Wow. And what are some of the services?
The primary one we do is the welcome centers that we have. We have 11 welcome centers located in the state of Virginia that we just take care of those soldiers, sailors, airmen that come through.
And we're delighted, Cox is delighted to be a part of those
Absolutely.
Centers as well.
You all
That's been
deliver
a thrill for us.
The three biggest services that we offer within the centers, and we had close to 750,000 people come to the centers last year, is one, a safe place for them to be. Secondly, just a place where they get snacks or a drink. But the third one is to be able to communicate with loved ones. And Cox is that principal partner that we have that helps them get on the internet, get a cell phone, get on a telephone, so they can say, we're home.
Well, it's been a delight for us to be a part of that piece of it. And before joining Cox, before my days with Cox, I spent time in a uniform, and believe me, having the USO available when I was traveling so I could stay connected, I mean, it was a godsend. And so I'm glad to see that we're playing a small role in that today.
Not only that, but you're part of the events that we have. You know, we have numerous events during the year. We have concert events, we have Kids' Day events, Christmas Day events, zoo events. Cox is right there with us, arm in arm, again, to say thank you to those men and women in this Hampton Roads area who are just ordinary men and women who are doing extraordinary things every day.
Talk a little bit about some of the outreach, the family outreach services that you're providing. That's really important.
Yes, it is. You know, obviously working closely with the military and working closely with the bases, there's all the morale, welfare, and recreation and the family services. But sometimes there's a gap, and the USO was created to help fill that gap. Again, we take those contributions from the American people to help do that. But one, you need a hotel room. You're stuck someplace, you need a hotel room. You need plane tickets to get somewhere. You need a safe place to stay. We take care of it. We have an event in June, that we'll have in June, which takes care of the exceptional military family members up at King's Dominion. So outreach is a big portion. We work closely with the United Way and those other United Way agencies to make sure we can deliver again to those folks outside the active duty population and help the families as much as we can.
And so if there is a family member of a serviceman or woman, what is it that they could do to take advantage of the services that
they could come by any of our centers. Any of our centers, they're always welcome to come in, and there are always staff there to support them, to answer their questions, and to point them in the right directions. The referral service we have is tremendous. I mean, we can point them in, you know.
And I understand you also, at these centers, you can provide counseling. I mean, there's a whole host of
we can refer them to counseling.
Right. Because that's the advantage of the USO, being chartered by Congress, where our footprint is on the bases, right? And so that gives us a very unique advantage to work with those, those counselors, those military officials who can take care of the military families. You know, we like to take care of our own. and I think we do it very well.
Well, now there's another group who may be watching this show, and those are folks who maybe not be affiliated with the military directly. Maybe they're not on active duty or have a family member on active duty, but they see this and say, boy, I really want to help. I want to figure out a way to do something. How do they contact the USO? Or what ways could they help?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a couple ways. They could visit our website, mm-hmm. and certainly there are instructions there for how you can become a volunteer.
And I think we can show that, yep. Okay.
You know, volunteerism is probably our single most important thing, is the volunteers that we have, because we could not do it without the volunteers that we get every day to man our centers, to help with special events, and to do other things that require a lot of people and a lot of support. So we're always looking for volunteers. We always welcome volunteers, and they can do that either on the website and fill out a volunteer form, or they can call the number that's on the website, and they can talk to a real person and say, hey, I'd like to volunteer to do something for the USO.
And what about cash? Can they make contributions?
Oh, absolutely.
Cash is always
good. Cash is good.
You can also do that online, and you can also do that by, in fact, we have a very easy way to do it. You can text the word liberty at 20222, and every text will put $5 into.
I think we're showing that as well. So text liberty to 2022.
That's right. That's right.
And that can help our men and women and their families.
That is correct.
So volunteerism, clearly, but also mm-hmm. contributions. That would be something that would be helpful.
Exactly right. Again, with the 11 centers, you know, just like any place else, I got to pay the light bill and pay the salaries, and help sustain those programs that we have.
Well, we probably need to come back, or have you guys come back for another show. I would be remiss if I did not say again just how valuable a service that you provide to our men and women in uniform and to their families. I mean, in this day and age, and I think you're seeing it at the state level, you're seeing it at the national level, where our governor and the president are both saying we need to do more for our family men and women and their families, and clearly the USO here in Hampton.
And we're a major part of that initiative, and we've signed on with the White House. The USO has to be a big part of that, because again, that's our mission: take care of the families.
Well, thank you both, Admiral, Bruce. Thank you both for what you're doing. Continue the great work, and expect us to continue to partner with you here at Cox.
Thank you.
After the break, we want you to meet someone special. We'll talk to the Cox Volunteer of the Year about how she is giving back to Hampton Roads, so don't go away.